Saban retiring will lead to a crazy dynasty building upon what Kirby already has at Georgia. Hot take. They're already favorites to win next year. So everyone is thinking this. However, I wanted to talk about a little bit more. Like, it may be a little bit more difficult than what it seems like on the surface. So obviously, Georgia's biggest threat in the SEC has been, when Saban was there, Alabama, and largely due to Saban being there. So now he's gone. But now we enter a new SEC where Texas and Oklahoma will be joining. Those two immediately are top tier programs in the SEC, especially Texas joining immediately. I think they're probably a little bit more equipped. But Oklahoma is still a top tier program and will enter the SEC as a top tier program. So, yes, you get rid of Saban, but you add two more programs that will be elite and will be competitive year in and year out. On top of that, we are moving away from divisions in the SEC. So no longer will Georgia have to play the Kentucky, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, a dilapidated Florida over the past, few years since Dan Mullen has gone away. Their schedule is just going to get harder. So that's the West has just been better than the East over the past decade or so. So their schedule will be much harder now. And then lastly, there's going to be an expanded playoff, which inherently just means more playoff games. So that's just another game or two, depending upon where you're seated, that they'll have to win against, highly competitive teams. So, look, I do think that he'll rattle off a couple national championships and his dynasty will continue over the next 5 years. Like, if they were to put an over-under of national championships for Georgia over the next 5 years and they set it at 1.5, I'm taking the over. I would bet that Georgia would win two of the next natties over the next 5 years. Don't think that's a hot take at all. I think they're the best team in the country. They have the odds on, favorite to win next year. I think they'll continue to do so. They have the number one recruiting class coming in. They're stacked, and they're going to continue to be stacked. Kirby's a great coach. So while it is, probably common to think that he will take over and continue his dynasty, I think it may be a little harder than people may seem.